So England qualifying for the World Cup next summer with a couple of games to spare, and that qualification has come certainly recently anyway, without some of their star players, the Jude Bellinghams, Phil Fodens, Cole Palmers, Jack Grealish's, Trent Alexander-Arnold's. I'll add Adam Wharton to that as well, one or two others too. So what is England's best 11? Will there be any room for a wild card pick for Thomas Tuchel? Well, luckily we have a man who played for England to answer the question. So Ben, let's take a look. I've got mine, but what's your England 11 then?
Okay.
In an ideal world, everybody fit.
An ideal world, everybody fit. So it's Pickford in goal, I think, absolutely obvious. And then Reece James, right back. And I'm going to go Tino Livramento, left back. I've gone for a centre-back pairing of Mark Gahey and John Stones. But that's not discounting Ezri Konsa, because I think he is right up there with them as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was any kind of amalgamation of that three, really. I've gone for Elliot Anderson alongside Declan Rice. I think they work together really well as a partnership, and it's kind of a worrying time for Adam Wharton, because Adam's, I think, potential is probably higher than anybody's in this team at this moment. But at this moment in time, them two seem to have struck up a real nice partnership. And then I'm going to go for Jude Bellingham. I'm going to go for Jude Bellingham because when he's popping, he is unreal. I think he's got this aura about him. Whether he might need to tailor or change his... I don't know how to describe it, whether it's his attitude, whether it's his sort of flippancy at certain things that happen in the games with he might throw his arms a bit of chuntering here and there, whether he needs to lose that from his game before Thomas Tuchel finally accepts him into the fold. But if he does, and we've got Jude Bellingham on form again, I think he has to be in there, which means there's going to be some massive names missing out, by the way.
Yeah.
And then I've gone for Saka, Anthony Gordon, and Harry Kane.
Okay. Well, we're not far apart because obviously Jordan Pickford is going to start. And likewise, I've gone for Reece James and Mark Gahey and Livramento. I've just put Ezri Konsa in ahead of John Stones. He's just played a lot more football than John Stones in recent times. Now, look, I've gone with the one sitting midfielder. It depends who we're playing, of course.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I've gone for Declan Rice because, he's got that proven experience. He's absolute class. There's no doubt about that. Saka on one side, even though the manager said, well, he's only in the team because Noni Madueke is not fit.
Yeah.
But that might have been, again, just a way of making sure that he produced the best out of Bukayo Saka. But I think Saka's as near an automatic choice as there is, to be honest. On the left-hand side, I've gone for Anthony Gordon, but I'd be just as happy with Jack Grealish there. But I think that's unlikely to happen. And then I've gone for two attacking midfield players in Bellingham and Palmer. Cole Palmer's a bit of a forgotten man at the moment. And when he does get fit again, he's going to have to make an impact, I think, pretty quick. And then obviously Harry Kane up front. And if we're playing against a stronger side, would drop Anderson in there for one of those two more attacking midfield players. But, that's leaving out so many, isn't it?
So many.
I always feel that Jared Bowen's always so unfortunate to be left out because he's such a fantastic footballer. You know what you get.
I think Jared Bowen will always be one of the first substitutes that the manager makes, because every player in that starting lineup that I've picked, I think, offers the work rate and the pressing. And I think this is a massive part of Thomas Tuchel's teams. He wants them to be pressing from the front. Anthony Gordon last night, he's honestly, he's a ferret. He's everywhere. Absolutely. Even Harry Kane just pushing, and Saka nicking balls off of people. And I think they're the players who are more likely to get into the starting lineup, the ones that can offer a bit more physicality, a bit more getting around the pitch than maybe the technical players.
Yeah. Is that why someone like Eberechi Eze doesn't get a mention?
I love him, absolutely. One of the most technically gifted players. I still do think, though, that Cole Palmer's got a genuine chance of starting as well, because he works. He really, really works as well. You can tell he just wants to get back on that ball. He wants to get it back, and he wants to get forward with it. So there's so many players that could miss out, and I just think between now and the summer, form, injury, it's going to be massive for who gets into that starting lineup come the World Cup.
And that Club World Cup final. Cole Palmer put down such a marker there. I thought he was fantastic. Just a couple of players to mention. Adam Wharton. Now, none of us got him in our side. Is he going to make the squad? Jack Grealish, he got man of the match for Everton against Palace, but he said no. That should have gone to Adam Wharton because he was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. It seems that everybody within the game loves him, but he's risking missing out.
This it's such a tough place to be as well because, like I said 5 minutes ago, I think Adam Wharton's potential is probably higher than every other player in this list. What he can go on to do and what he could possibly go on to achieve. He needs to keep fitness first and foremost. He needs to get this durability into his legs. And if he can finish the season doing what we know he can do, it's a massive problem for the manager. Massive problem. I just think that at this moment in time, the reason why Elliot Anderson's played 4 games in a row now for England is he's a bit more industrious, a little bit more, gets about the pitch more than what Adam Wharton would. When Adam Wharton gets on the ball, he can do incredible things.
I mean, I mentioned him already, but does Jack Grealish make the squad?
I don't. I think he might make the squad. I don't think he's going to be a starter, though. I really don't. Jack offers something completely different to what some of these other players do in a similar position. Again, Anthony Gordon for me is going to be starting on the left just because of how hard he works and how willing he is to press from the front. Jack Grealish isn't that sort of player. Give him the ball and he'll draw players in, he'll get fouls, he'll take players on, he'll beat a man. But I don't think that's on the list of priorities. I don't think that's what the manager's looking for.
Yeah. So you went to the 2014 World Cup?
World Cup, yeah. Brazil, yeah.
So did Jordan Henderson.
Jordan Henderson went as well, yeah. Wow.
And here he is. He's on the brink of going to the 2026.
You need these guys, Jeff. You do. You need these guys. When you're most of the players in this team, they're young men. They're young men, and it's a big experience going to a World Cup. A lot of pressure attached to it. A lot of people watching what you're doing, and you need a Jordan Henderson character around the place to keep everybody in check. Everybody looks to Jordan Henderson. He's the captain without being the captain. He's almost like a mini manager at times as well. He's going to be the guy that when England play on a Friday night, for example, and they've got a training group on a Saturday, he's going to be the guy leading the training group on the Saturday, making sure everybody is pulling in the right direction. Nobody being negative Nellies. That's what you need.
So a must go for you?
Must go for me.
Wow. Interesting. And I wasn't convinced, but I'll tell you what, he's come back. I think he's been brilliant.
Exactly.
He's been brilliant for Brentford. Brilliant.
That's not discounting his abilities as well, what he's done so far for Brentford. I mean, it's not a surprise, to be honest with you. It's Jordan Henderson. He's a fantastic player, isn't he? And it's good to see him getting the applause for his footballing ability, not just for what he offers of being a good guy.
Yeah, absolutely.